This is the Team Fortress chronology in 3 minutes. Let's begin. Zephaniah Mann is the owner of a munitions company called Mann & Sons Munitions Concerns, or Manco for short. His wife Betty dies giving birth to 3 sons, Redmond, Blutarch, and Gray. Redmond and Blutarch are dim-witted and rarely display any formidable amount of intellect. Unlike his 2 brothers, Gray was born weak, underweight, and learned to talk in the womb, displaying a vast amount of intellect. Gray is abducted by eagles and raised as one of their own. Gray survives and thrives until he's finally strong enough to return to civilization. He spends a vast amount of his time planning on how he's going to take back and inherit Manco. He does this by building a vast army of robots. Redmond and Blutarch travel to America with Zephaniah to convince him to buy land to expand their weapons manufacturing company. The land turns out to be useless. Zephaniah finds a secret and valuable material called Australium. It is believed to be responsible for vast technological advancements like teleportation devices and cloaking devices. Gray comes out of hiding to blackmail Zephaniah for his super secret supply of Australium. Zephaniah contracts almost every disease known to man and a bunch of his skin falls off. He writes his will on his fallen skin. In his will, Zephaniah dictates that all of his useless land is to be divided evenly amongst his 2 sons. He then gives all his remaining entitlements, including a super secret supply of Australium, to his assistant Elizabeth to keep it away from Gray. His company, Manco, is given to his other assistant, Saxton Haerle. The 2 sons want each other's land, so they hire 9 mercenaries to fight in a never-ending battle for the rest of their lives. Elizabeth becomes known as the administrator and works with Haerle for the success of Manco, while watching over the bloody stalemate between Redmond and Blutarch. Blutarch and Redmond both near their deaths, so they each build machines that run on Australium to extend their lives far past their natural limit. Gray sends a mysterious letter to each brother, tricking them into calling a truce between them. Blutarch and Redmond realize that with all their pointless fighting, they failed to produce an heir to inherit all their useless land. Gray reveals that he tricked them into a meeting and stabs them to death to eliminate competition to inherit Manco. The ghosts of Blutarch and Redmond argue over who outlived the other. They consult a lawyer to solve the dispute. The lawyer concludes that whoever passes into the afterlife first loses. The ghosts rehire the mercenaries to push each other's corpse to the depths of hell. The mercenaries fight over a spellbook that can bring them back to the surface. Gray makes his move against Manco in an attempt to take it over. He unleashes a giant robot army. Haerle rehires the mercenaries to fight against the robots and ward off Gray's invasion. The holdout works and Gray is barred from taking over Manco. Gray adjusts his strategy and approaches Haerle directly and challenges him to a duel for ownership of Manco. Haerle accepts, but is surprised to find that his opponent is not Gray, but Gray's underage daughter. Haerle refuses to fight as he does not want to hurt the girl and thus loses. Gray takes over Manco and all the mercenaries are fired. Gray tries to access Manco's super secret Australium only to discover that it has all been stolen, presumably by the new administrator, Helen. Meanwhile, an agent of Manco travels all around the world to gather all the mercenaries to take back Manco from Gray, and that's Team Fortress in 3 minutes. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I had absolutely no idea there was so much Team Fortress lore. It's kinda stupid. Please subscribe for more.